Simmers, SimsEclaire here and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing a apartment renovation inspired by the new kit that we got, which is the Blooming Plants kit, I think is what it's called. Also, I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for actually making it to 2 videos this week. I know that they were both apartment renovations, so they were both really short, but I'm getting back into it. I'm, getting back into editing, getting back into my voiceovers, getting comfortable again. It's also very different. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I've been trying to cut it out, but I am in the city now, obviously, so there's a lot more noise here, and I have all my windows open like all the time, so I do apologize if you guys can hear some noise in the background. I'm still getting used to cutting it out. But basically my idea for this apartment is I wanted warm browns and greens, very nature-inspired tones, so that way I could try and use as many of the plants from the new pack and some other packs as well. And I think that the plants that we got with this new pack are honestly pretty perfect because they utilize, or they fill a need that we had. There's wall plants, there's floor plants, there's tabletop plants, there's fern style plants, there's bonsai style plants, there's like large, there's small, there's medium size. They just came with a whole bunch of plants that you can mix and match, like these two that I'm using here. These are obviously like the same type of plant. They're both like the fern style plants, but they come in 2 different colors. Well, collectively they come in like 4 different colors, but I'm using 2 different colors right now. And then as well as the leaves coming in different colors, the pots come in different colors as well. So they're all very versatile, just like all the other plants in this pack as well. So I'm super excited that they gave us this kit. And then I also saw on Instagram today that there's another kit coming out, which I think is crazy. I mean, kits were just announced at the beginning of this year, and we now have 5, maybe 6 kits, maybe 6 with the one coming out in December. And I think that is like, they literally just like threw so much at us in such a short amount of time, because we also had expansions and game packs this year. And I know not everyone is the biggest fan of the kits. They are a little bit of a money grabber, just because they're smaller, they don't have as much content, but they're still like $5. But I think that for the most part, they're adding things to the game. And yes, technically they could be adding these things for free, but we're also getting a whole bunch of free updates anyway, like the scenarios and a whole bunch of bug fixes. Like my game's running smoother now than it ever has. So I think that things are going okay. And as for other types of packs, there's a rumor there's another expansion pack coming. I personally think it's probably going to come out at the beginning of next year, not the end of this one. But I'm excited to see what they do with it, especially since we've been getting all these kits with different fashion styles from around the world. I'm hoping that we get a kit with like a world that's inspired by, just a different type of country, kind of like how Snowy Escape was more of like an Asian country. I hope we get more like that, because I'm excited to see different cultures in the game. But right now we are decorating the kitchen, and I do end up moving this table, not because I was afraid of it blocking the refrigerator, but because I was afraid the sim couldn't reach the bedroom, because as you can tell, this is a studio apartment and the bedroom is that little alcove over there on the right, and I was afraid that with how far the wall was versus where I put the couch, the sim wouldn't be able to walk back to the bedroom area. And I didn't feel like moving the couch because, as you will see, because I left it in there so you guys could see my struggle, I took forever to figure out the placement of this couch. I'm using one of the sectionals from Dream Home Decorator, and I really like those couches. However, I cannot function the sectional couches. I don't know what it is, but I can never make them look good, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And it took me forever to find a layout that I was even semi-happy with, not even like completely happy, but semi-happy, because I had the idea that the couch would kind of separate the bedroom from the living room section, but the couch just seemed awkward. It seemed like there was just a lot of weird like lengths to it, like one side either looked too long or one side looked too short. And then I tried to add a chaise and then it didn't flow properly, and then when I tried to make the sides even, the cut off at the wall. So it was just, I was having a day with this couch. But I think how it ends up looking is really good. I end up kind of switching the orientation of it, so that way instead of it being kind of like an L shape in the middle of the room facing the door, it faces the left hand side, and then that way the whole back of the couch is separating the living room from the bedroom. Then I also had this chair here. I do end up changing the chair though, because I wanted the chair to match wood tones with the couch, so I ended up going with one of the chair styles from Dream Home Decorator. And then I'm using this new table that we got with the new kit. It is kind of almost looks like an old piano that they've kind of just like shoved plants into. That's what I think of it as, or an old keyboard. And then I'm using another plant from the kit as well, or two more I should say. The one hanging above the TV is from the kit, and then the one in between the couch and the chair is from the kit as well. That one almost looks like it has like citrus growing from it, which I think is so cool, because maybe this sim is trying to like grow their own fruit, but it's like winter in the city because this is in San Myshuno, so they do have seasons, so they had to bring in the fruit so that way it wouldn't die out in the seasons, or like the changing seasons and stuff. And here you can see where I did change the wall. At first I was going to just make the wall in a different position, but I did decide to get rid of it altogether and just shorten like the way that the kitchen looked. It's a little weird, it's a little on the awkward end, but I think it's okay, especially since it's an apartment. City apartments aren't always perfect. And then you can also see that I used a city living divider as well as these plant dividers to kind of split up the space between the living room and the bedroom. I kind of just merged them together to make it look like one. And I'm using a Dream Home Decorator bed and then some tiny living stuff in the corner, because this area was a little smaller than I had initially intended, so I didn't have enough space to do like a full-size dresser. And then over here, I wasn't quite sure what to put on the walls. I used the Dream Home Decorator plants pictures on the right above the bed, and then I was gonna put some other plant pictures, but I thought that was just a lot of pictures, so I went with this tapestry from Movie Hangout instead, because I thought it kind of brought some of the more vibrant colors from the rest of the apartment over here to this side, since the bed I had used was kind of more of a neutral tone. And then I'm filling up some end tables here. I used the one from Eco Lifestyle because it's small enough to fit in those spaces, and it's my favorite one to use when I don't have a lot of space. And then over here I did a reading nook. I didn't really think about what this sim was into per se. I was initially going to make this an office, and thinking back on it, I don't 100% know why I ended up not putting in a computer, so I might put in a computer before I upload this, if I do remember to upload it. Note to self. But I did put some camera and then some fashion magazines and stuff. I didn't necessarily think they were a fashion photographer, but maybe a nature photographer, but even then they would need a computer. So I'll probably go back in and add a computer where one of those little reading benches is. And then in here is the bathroom. So it's a very green and brown bathroom. There isn't a whole lot of color going on here. And it's a very simple, I do have stuff for the cat because I added a food bowl, and I did imagine this sim having a cat, so I put the litter box in here. But besides that, that is it for this build, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye!